Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about sitcoms. Now I've not done really any kind of sitcom type videos for the channel, but this one I'm pretty excited about, and there's another one I want to talk about too, because sitcoms, or at least I have a handful of them, are kind of comfort shows, like where you put them on the background. They're kind of the ones that you watch when there's nothing else to watch, when you just need some background noise, when you're doing other things around the house. Well, they are bringing back one of my favorites. They announced, I want to say it was last night, that they are officially ordering series order too, not just a pilot. They're ordering a new season or a reboot, revival, whatever you want to call it. They are ordering another season of Scrubs. And of course, if you remember Scrubs, it was a very popular TV show. It ran for about 8 seasons, well, 9 seasons total. They had the first 7 there on NBC, then 8 and 9 ran on ABC. And this one is being ordered by ABC. So, Scrubs, if you don't remember, is about an intern, a medical intern, who, by the name of JD, played by Zach Braff, who this kind of just chronicles his, his career, his trajectory, his journey through becoming a doctor and attending and all that, with his best friend Turk, played by Donald Faison, and then who, is there for all kinds of different stuff. They had Sarah Chalk, who played his initial love interest, and they were friends. Then they did actually eventually end up married. But this was just a show that was just goofy and it was fun, and there's just all kinds of different things going on. And you had all these side characters. Of course, the big side supporting character that everybody loved was the janitor. And he would get on this, he'd play tricks on JD and just do all kinds of crazy stuff. And it was just a fun show to watch. And it was, it's just like I mentioned, it's one of those comfort shows that I really enjoy. But they have brought the show back with the 3 main stars that I just mentioned. You got Zach Braff, Don Faison, Sarah Chalk, who are all confirmed to be coming back, and there is rumors of other original show stars coming back as well, because there's been plenty of talk about this being in the works for many years now. I think it was officially in production or pre-production back at the end of last year. And Zach Braff had talked for years about wanting to do this again because it's one of the the best times of his life. He really enjoyed making the show, working with people that became his family and everything. And so they're bringing it back, which I'm really excited about. And I hope it can kind of recapture some of that old magic, because as we know, they bring back shows all the time these days. And a lot of them just don't work, where they don't capture that magic. The dynamic is different for whatever reason, or just, they're older, so the stories are different. It's just there's all kinds of factors that can come into play about, how these won't work. So I'm really hoping, just with the fact that these 3 are coming back, you got Bill Lawrence, who's coming back, not as showrunner this time, but to be one of the main writers and everything. Very, at least, there's very good potential for it to be really good and to be like the old series, especially because, along with these 3 main characters, there was always talk of John C. McGinley coming back to play the part of Dr. Cox. And then you have the actress that played Carla, who was Turk's wife, who was also a big part of it. And so I'm hoping that we do see some other characters come back. I would love to see the janitor come back, but I'm not sure what they would do with him. And because I remember, I think at the beginning of the 9th season, because it was a very different series there in the 9th season, where they had kind of explained him actually just kind of disappearing, because he finds out that JD is gone and he's not coming back, because at the end of the 8th season, JD had moved to be closer to his son, so he left Sacred Heart. And then I guess they just said that he just left one day and didn't come back. So I'm wondering how they would incorporate him in the story, but I'd be really interested to see it happen. And so I'm really excited about the show coming back and just what they do with it, what kind of new hijinks they can get into. But along with that too, I do have the official kind of description or log line for the show, where it says JD and Turk scrubbing together for the first time in a long time. Medicine has changed, interns have changed, and their bromance has stood the test of time. Characters new and old navigate the waters of Sacred Heart with laughter, heart, and some surprises along the way. So I imagine we can see a bulk of the original cast coming back. Maybe not Dr. Kelso, because the man's like 84 years old, so I don't see him coming back. Plus towards the end of the run of the original show, he did actually retire from Sacred Heart as the chief of medicine, and he would pop in every so often to cause trouble and everything and hang out at the hospital because he didn't really have anything else going on. So I'm really excited to see just where this goes and what this adventure will entail, because I mean, again, it was a great show. It was one of those fun shows, and I'm actually I've been rewatching it again, rediscovering and everything. It's just I can see why it became one of those shows, near and dear to me because it's been there, with friends I might have had at the time that I don't talk to anymore. It's one of those shows that me and my wife bonded over when we first started dating. So it's just one of those things that I'm really excited that they're bringing back to revisit, and I hope it works because it's a very sensitive thing, and that a lot of things can make it go wrong. But that's the first bit of news, and then we're going into another sitcom, another spin-off actually from one of my other favorites, one of my other comfort shows, Big Bang Theory. Now we know this will be, I want to say, the third spin-off. I'm not sure. I can't keep track. Actually, yes, it's the third one. There's been rumblings here for quite some time about another spin-off, and it's finally been put to order by HBO Max because it will run through HBO Max because actually Big Bang Theory is available on HBO Max along with the other spin-offs, or at least the one, the Young Sheldon, because George and Mandy's First Marriage just had its first season, so I imagine it will make its way there, but it's actually currently on Paramount Plus. So we have that. And so with this, we're jumping into a new spinoff that will actually feature Stuart from the original series, the comic book shop owner, the kind of side supporting, friend of the group and everything. And it's going to feature him, his girlfriend Denise. Then we have Barry Kripke and, wow, I can't remember the guy's name now, the geologist. Wow, I'm drawing a blank on that one. But we have all of these characters coming back, and here's the interesting spin on it because it's called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. And what's interesting about it, and this is what's making me kind of iffy about it, is that it's not the characters that we know from the Big Bang Theory. It's actually multi-universe versions of those characters, where apparently something happens where Sheldon and Leonard build this machine, and I don't imagine we'll see them on camera because what's his face? The actor Jim Parsons, who played Sheldon, I think he's kind of done with his character. And Johnny Galecki, he actually hasn't really acted much at all in the last few years since Big Bang ended. He's done a commercial and maybe one or two other things, but I think he's kind of stepped back from it because he has a small child that he's trying to raise and everything. So they're going to take the multiverse angle, which I'm not too sure about because there's been shows that have done that in the last few years. One of which was The Winchesters, which was a spinoff from Supernatural. That was the multiverse angle. And we didn't know this until the end of the season, which ended up being the only season because it was so fucking terrible. So there's that. And so I'm really unsure about how they're going to make this work because I guess there's going to be a lot of CGI too. So I'm interested to see it. I'll give it a chance, but I'm really unsure that it will be the same, especially considering we probably won't see any of our original Big Bang characters on there because they've all kind of moved on, done other things at this point because the show's been off the air for like 6 years already. So, I'm interested to see what they do with it, and if it will be worth the watch, or if they can achieve any of that same magic, and what the whole multiverse angle thing is they're going for, and just will that affect it in some way as far as the characters themselves, and will they act different, or just what they're going to do with it. I'm really doubting on a level. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring a little sitcom news your way. I know it's not something I normally do, but I'm trying to kind of broaden the types of content that I do because some of the old stuff's just not doing it anymore and people are kind of sick of it. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that real quick today. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see more videos like this, please leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.